You're wearing gray, that's why.
Travis, try pushing the button to hide the map.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, boy.
I don't think turns anymore. This is like maximum
That's
turn
good.
age. It
Did
doesn't
you
You
hit
have
the
to
button?
actually
Yeah, leave it there,
rotate the
Is it
tripod
I
a
I
little
feel
bit
like
more.
we might have to, if I were to move that up, so it's actually like at eye
There you go.
level.
No, that's good.
That's good, honey.
Yeah, sit back down, Travis. I think you look perfect.
What if we just got a wireless mouse?
Oh my gosh, the wall.
A wireless mouse for me to use
That
would
you
be
can. There's
awesome.
You guys can
So,
move
yeah,
that
move
up.
the staples
There's
closer
space.
so we're not like hitting the wall behind
Yeah,
us.
there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Is it recording now?
Yeah, it's recording.
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're recording all this
Travis
moving.
hair's gonna be cut off.
It's
But
all up to you, Sam.
Can you move it up a little bit more?
Can you angle it a little bit?
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
like-
It needs to be
it's
higher
like-
up. Like it actually, like that thing needs to be higher up. So we're actually at face level. But
Crank.
how do you
that.
crank
you
this?
crank that up. Crank that.
Oh,
up.
Crank that shit up. Oop.
Okay, stop.
Right there?
That's good.
And
Trev,
probably
stop
not.
having your hair so high.
And then tilt
Yeah.
it forward.
Travis, stop getting so much
No,
volume.
you can't tilt it forward because it'll cut your
Yeah.
head
You'll
off.
cut it off
Yeah.
again. I think that looks good.
That
though.
looks really
There.
good.
Leave it.
And it shows the exact same, like a very similar amount of table
Yep.
that theirs does.
Oh.
Alright, take it off.
Okay, guys. So wait, what time is it? Okay, so we have an hour before you guys
It's
have to be like
time
gone.
to
All right.
work.
Okay. So for today's session, you guys have been sent by the king to investigate a town. The town is called Billowworth. And you don't have to write it down. It's not going to be important to the rest of the campaign.
Okay.
And Billowworth has recently had
Can I have a piece
its
of paper, please?
all of its citizens evacuated because a black dragon has infested their citadel. So you guys,
What dragon? I'm sorry.
a black dragon.
A black dragon.
Yeah. Has you can write stuff down if you guys want. It it might come important later.
Well,
And
I'm not writing anything down.
so you guys have just arrived in Billowworth. Not in Billowworth, in the town outside of Billowworth, the town of.
Sweet.
Isn't Billowworth a town?
Yeah, but it's been evacuated. So you arrived in the outskirts where you're going to meet the mayor of Billowworth. You are in the outskirts of Leon right now. It's a small town of Leon. Okay, so you guys have known each other for a while. Just pretend you guys don't have all your mysterious backstories.
What's the weather like?
The weather is slightly overcast, but the sun is peeking through every so often. It's a late autumn day, so it's a little chilly. You guys are probably wearing jackets. Some of your like heavier traveling wear, but there's no like chance of snow yet.
If this is regarding like the actual campaign, just out of curiosity, are we actually like this is just a test run?
This is a test run. You guys, you guys are going to be starting in
Yeah. Is that enough?
early spring, in a different part of Kadareth. You guys are in Kadareth right now, which is the starting country. You guys
Okay.
are in Kadareth right now, but you guys are not going to be starting in the same area.
This
And there's a
this is
different
not
way.
canon.
And we're also not going to know each other. Like,
Yeah.
one of us might not know each other.
Yeah,
from
we're
the
going to be
rest.
starting off. The way I have it set up right now is we're starting off with Erie walking down the road.
Not right now, but.
No. Right now, you guys are all together. You've already met. Maybe you guys are a well-known traveling party in the region. Maybe you've saved some like towns. Yeah. So
Okay.
you guys are on the outskirts of Leon, walking in. All you know is right now you guys have to talk to the mayor in order to like find out some information about the citadel.
Okay, is there gates or can we just walk right in?
There are no gates. It's a really small farming community, but you can tell just by looking at it, it's very overrun right now. Like there are like tents propped up outside of houses, and there are like children just like way more children than it looks like there should be in a town like this. Like definitely like there's like refugees.
Before we do this, do you guys want to do where like once we get into it we start taking our turns and stuff like that, or do you want to do like, or how do you want to do that
What are you talking about?
to prevent people from talking like double over each other? And
We
like
just
that?
have to
We just
narration.
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've never seen so many people in this place all at one time.
Yeah,
It's so
well,
busy.
you must not have been to a city before.
Never been to a city before.
I knew that because we've known each other for a while.
How are the how are like is like the,
Talk in your voice.
No, I'm asking like to how are
Keep
like,
staying your voice too.
while I'm asking you questions.
Yeah, do it.
Why not?
Asking the DM. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, out of character stuff, I feel like it's okay.
Out of
That's
character.
fine.
I'm just
but
asking-
if you're asking,
she was asking like the surrounding.
if
of,
you're
like,
asking me like a gaming question,
yeah, that's what I'm
Right
doing.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it like? Is it all covered in like dirt? Like is it like slop everywhere, like a bunch of mud and everything? Or?
it's it hasn't rained in a little while, so it's a little drier. But it's
Can I roll?
they're
Look at all
like
this slop.
you can tell that like the main road is probably like paved with like some like loose cobblestones, like some
Okay.
big stuff that they probably brought around. But you
It-
can tell that there's like ruts from like heavy use of like
Is there any
carts.
like is there any like better looking buildings like in here that I can see from where we're standing?
You can make a perception roll.
Okay. So I rolled on admin. Perception +1, so it's 12.
12. You can tell that most of the houses look pretty run down, but you can tell that there's one that's sitting a little bit taller. Definitely not like a steeple, but you can tell that it's probably a 2-story house, where most of the other ones are like a single story.
Okay.
It's a house for sure.
It looks fairly similar to the rest of the buildings in the area. It's not a very nice town. It's just like Billowworth was definitely the nicer town in the area, and this is kind of just like a
An
small.
outskirty.
It's like they're probably, if you guys had to guess based on like the size of the town itself, you probably would guess, other than the farming people that live around it, there's probably only like 400 people, maybe like not even that many, maybe only like 100 people that live in this town.
That actually live there.
Do all
Yeah.
these people live in one house?
Well,
What are all these buildings for?
can somebody remind me why we're here?
These must be the refugees from
Which-
Billowworth.
Well, we're trying to find the mayor, so
But why?
Well, didn't you hear?
there was
A dragon has attacked Billowworth. My goodness.
but
Sorry,
why
what was
would
your
you-
name? I know we've been together for a
Well,
while.
of course, I have an amnesia and I can't remember. But my name is Rar.
You just-
Well, Rarg,
Rar.
as you know, as we've all been informed, a dragon.
Yes,
has
but why
attacked.
did it come here?
We don't know. We've been sent to deal with the problem.
Is
as
it
we-
still here?
It is not here. It's in Billowworth. We are in town 2.
While you guys are having this conversation, Mac will notice that there's like a probably disgruntled looking, very dirty guard. You can assume it's a guard. He has like some like a basic like plate, like breastplate, and like one of those like fancy like hats on, and he's coming towards you with like a pike. Excuse me, are you the group sent from the king?
We would be, yes.
Okay.
That's us.
The mayor would like to see you and give you the information so
oh,
you can deal
perfect.
with.
We were just looking for him.
Perfect. The dragon problem has been quite bad. There's not enough beds for all these people, and we're worried with the winter coming.
What species?
I
is
haven't
the
seen
dragon?
the dragon myself, but I heard that it's like black as night. I'm not sure if that helps you at all.
How many claws
Do
do
I-
you have?
Is this really the place to be asking?
Maybe the mayor could tell you some more information.
And where would we find the mayor?
Just follow me this way, and I can show you.
I'm gonna just hold somebody back and just be like, what's the mayor's name?
Well, Rarg, as you know, we aren't sure.
Okay, the king never told us.
No, the king would have told you.
Oh,
Is there?
sorry.
It's Chippy.
This, all the slop.
It's Gloria.
Gloria?
Gloria is the mayor's
Oh.
What's the mayor's name?
Gloria.
Gloria.
Yeah.
What do I know of
Rags.
black dragons?
You can roll a Arcana check.
Oh, look at that. 16.
16 with it. Okay. You know that black dragons normally live in more swampy regions. They're not really native to Kadareth. Most of the most dragons are more so from the the river princedoms and from east. West, not east. And you know that they are notorious for spitting acid.
Are these the same dragons that would be in my forest homelands? Out east?
No, I meant west. I said east was a.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you probably would not have seen any major dragons. They're not quite living. There might have been some living on
I've
the
seen
coast.
lizards.
Yeah, you've seen very large
Are dragons
lizards.
like lizards?
But with wings.
Similar.
Have you seen tendrils?
They totally know.
So the guard will lead you to the large house. As you can see, that there's a small plaque that reads like town hall.
God,
on
just
the
out of
front of it.
curiosity, what house is that, and who does it belong to? And I point at that nice, sophisticated-looking
You
house.
mean the one I'm leading you to right now?
Oh.
This is the town hall. The mayor lives here.
Never mind.
Walking to the mayor's house, like,
Here, let me take
how
you
do the
to the mayor's
citizens
house.
look?
What house?
How do the citizens look? Are they like
They're looking pretty.
disease, sick?
They're looking pretty dirty, and they're looking really like disheartened. From what you can tell, a lot of the people who are outside, especially right now, are probably citizens from Billowworth, and they aren't used to be having to sleep in the tents in the dirt outside in this chilling weather.
It's a refugee camp.
It's basically a refugee camp right now. Yeah. So the guard will lead you inside, and he'll sit you down in a little sitting room with not even nice plush couches. It's like a thin layer of cotton over top of a crate that you guys are to sit on. He's like,
Well, better than the road.
I'll bring you
Yes.
Mayor Gloria in a moment, and he'll walk out.
Thank
I
you.
do specialize in poisons. Or acids.
I don't think we need to poison it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The
Poison.
dragon. Sorry, I was thinking
Wait.
in my head, not out loud.
Why would you poison black dragon?
Well, black dragons, as I know, are
Would
quite
they?
treacherous, and they sort of spit an acid attack.
Well, I heard a story. The more claws it has, the stronger it becomes. So, like every 100 years, you get an extra claw. That's pretty crazy.
You're
Well-
making that up.
No,
You can roll insight if you'd
Well,
like.
I'm gonna roll
Is
insight
it-
on your
is it-
knowledge.
I'm sorry.
no real deception.
Not very good. at
You
insight today.
you fully think he is telling the truth. You know that
You don't
Rorik
even-
is an expert
It's
on
elementary,
dragons.
my dear girl.
Elementary.
And I'm just gonna be like turning pink.
So the door will open and like a stouter looking female human will walk out with like some dirty looking red hair. Hello, are you the adventurers from sent by the king?
I'm gonna. I rush up to her as soon as I can, and I grab her hand. I'm like, my dear.
Oh, thank you. And you are
Lone in Bluebane.
Lone.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
And I like.
You are the party sent to deal with the dragon, correct?
Yes,
Oh,
we
yeah,
are.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
King Rickard sent us.
Rickard, thank you. I'm glad Rickard has them in good hands.
Yes.
I don't have much information from you as we were fleeing, but he, the dragon, I assume, I've been calling him he, I assume only a man can be that terrible, that
Dragon isn't real.
he invaded the citadel of Svilot as we were leaving our morning prayer. He burst in through and invaded the bell tower, and he's been there ever since, threatening us. And I think that he might start ravaging the outside townships if he
Is
doesn't
there
get
anyone
them soon.
left inside Biddleworth right now?
No one alive.
Does anybody know why he picked this clock tower?
I have no idea. I can only assume that it's because
The angle is
it was just the
perfect
first large building he saw in the region. I'm not even sure where this beast would have come from. I don't know how it wasn't reported elsewhere in the kingdom before it got here. We're pretty
It's quite mysterious.
It's. I have no answers for you. But did you think you were all ready to deal with the dragon?
You are sure it was a dragon?
Yeah, somebody.
How big is this winged lizard?
It was. I saw it. It was a large. It was about. It was not about half the size of the citadel. I'm surprised it's even fitting in the tower currently.
My dear, was it just you that seen this dragon, or was it plenty of people?
No, everyone who fled Billowworth could tell you that they saw the dragon.
Okay.
How many claws did it have?
I did not see its claws. I was more focused on the teeth that were
Did
threatening
it
me.
spit acid?
I couldn't tell. Maybe when it had broken through the bell tower's walls.
Perhaps we should just stealthily go into this city and.
We are very experienced.
Yes.
I feel we can do it.
I believe the six of us are equipped enough to...
All
We've
of
been
the
with each
battles
other
I've
for a
had.
long time.
Yes.
Well, you should be on
On this
soon.
road.
It's already midday, and it's going to take you about. It's going to take you about a quarter day to get there. To
Oh.
Billowworth
Is it
from
possible
here.
that maybe, just in case the dragon returns, that you could spare a guard or two to follow us?
a
Dragon
god?
returns.
A god.
That's their current
A god? Like
A guard.
a guard?
Oh, God.
Sadly, we
Looking-
can't. Sadly, we need all of them to do civil duties. The people here of Leon are about ready to riot.
Understandable.
Yeah, they're much more overcrowded than they're used to, especially in this harvest season. A lot of the winter stores are already getting eaten up.
Now, just out of curiosity, is there any other town locally here that would be willing to take a few of the overflow?
They're actually already all overflowing. This is only a quarter of the population of Billowworth that's here. That's why it's of utmost importance. Did the king not tell you any of this?
Could you
No, I haven't
use
spoken to the
He
king.
was very skimpy on the details, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Mayor?
Yes.
I don't mean to interject, but perhaps I could help. Are you short of food?
Not currently, but it's getting to that point. But if you can get rid of the dragon, the food that's in Billowworth will be enough to tide us over.
What
till
if he
this-
ate it
till
all?
Spring.
Don't try
I
to
don't
show
think
off
he'll eat.
now.
Do dragons eat turnips?
Dragons eat anything.
We all know you can make food.
Especially the fun.
If you could
Yeah,
give
they
some
love
as on
turnips.
your way out to some of the citizens, I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
Certainly.
Okay. But you should be off. I thank you very much, and be sure to return to me upon
Yes.
defeating the
Should we
dragon.
take the North Road or the Service Road?
Well, you came from the North Road.
Yes,
So you
I
should
knew
head-
Does
that.
it continue?
Hmm.
Or does it end?
You should head south on the same road.
South.
It goes through town.
South on the northern road. Right away.
You came from north.
Alright.
Yeah,
Go south.
the New North
On
Mines.
the road again.
Um,
North.
now, Bjorn, thank you a lot. I believe in you.
No,
You are the only
it's
hope
like-
of this region.
I jump on my.
And with that,
gloves.
she will open the door for you guys and gesture you out.
Alright, let's go.
Yes.
Goodbye, my lady.
Are we
Shall
getting
we-
paid for this dragon, by the way?
The
Please,
king, the king would have spoken with you about.
Oh, just talking
your
to
reward.
you.
Oh,
Does anybody?
It's
As-
session 0.
As she's
Amanda?
closing the door. But we're gonna pay.
Oh, no, wait.
She's not paying us. Okay.
so you guys
Yeah,
continue
my-
down through Leon. Are you going to do anything?
I'm going to stop at the nearest like poor person I could see.
As soon as you exit, you're going to see someone who's like dirty in
And I'm
rags.
gonna walk over to them and I'm gonna reach into my bag and I'm gonna pull out a large ceramic jug with like lots of different holes and I'm gonna uncork one of them and I'm gonna shake it and I'm like, "Open your hand, child,"
What are you doing?
providing you with sustenance.
I'm gonna be
Roll
there with him.
persuasion.
I'm gonna be there with him, and I'm gonna assist him.
Are you proficient in persuasion?
No,
Then you
but
cannot assist. You
but
know?
I'm helping poor too. I would say this is okay. I would be like talking.
Oh, you can make a separate persuasion roll.
Okay.
What would you roll?
I rolled an 8.
I am proficient. I have a +2 because I'm charismatic.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
19.
Oh, 19. So
Yes, take the watch of my boy.
the child looks incredibly afraid of you, this strange gray man. But as Rourke bends down and just the light in your eyes makes the child open it. Makes the child comfortable
And
enough.
I'm going to use my alchemy jug and I'm going to create mayonnaise with it. And I'm gonna go,
Delicious.
You're not feeding Travis.
Yeah.
and I'll be like, "Enjoy," and I'll cork it and then turn away.
Is this glue?
Mayonnaise. It's made from eggs and oil.
No, my child, you can eat that.
Okay.
It's tasty.
Not all at once. Not all at once.
Only a spoon.
As you walk away, all you see is this pitiful child with dirty clothes licking mayonnaise off of his hands.
Well, but what was
And that's the
your
last
name
you
again?
see of
Well, I could have made
Leon.
vinegar, but that wouldn't have been good.
What was your name again?
My name.
Yeah.
We've known each other for some time.
You asked my name. It's not. It's only fair.
Pippin Foss. Or
Pippin, yes.
So as you guys make your way down the road, the clouds clear as the day progresses, and you guys make it to the outskirts of Littleworth.
I'm sorry, we didn't get only Nick got a chance to do something.
Oh, did you want to do anything in town? He just mentioned that he wanted
Yeah,
to
you
feed
guys
someone.
Well, we didn't get a chance to. Anyways, are you? Is there like what's the town look like around there? Is there any, like shops or anything like that?
It
Or
is-
is it like super overflown?
This is like it's like incredibly full, but normally like
Right.
this isn't even like a busy road that they're on. Normally like the road you guys walk down like leads to this town, but it's like literally like a farming community. Like they don't like sell within the town. They like barter with between themselves. There's maybe a blacksmith, but like there wouldn't be really any like actual like general store because there isn't like enough of demand for that. There's no need to regulate the amount of food that's
Okay.
going in and out in that way.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, so as you guys make your way down the road, you guys are walking for about not too long, probably about 4 hours. It's gonna be late day, just because of the time of year. The sun is starting to set. You can see around the planet that you guys are on, there's a ring of like asteroids, so you can see it like illuminated by the sunset, and you can see the moon hovering in the sky as
Go
well.
away.
Do we see the asteroids or do we see like a band?
You see the band
Alright.
around, like you see the ring.
So it's like reached across the sky.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to picture.
And then the moon is all hanging. And as you hit the outside of Billworth, and can I get what is every passive perception?
10.
I did not
It's
calculate.
10 plus any
4, 8.
bonuses you have.
Sorry.
I'm 14. You are. Ooh, wait.
Passive perception. So
Yeah.
10 plus, sorry, your...
Are you proficient in plus your wisdom modifier plus proficiency if you're proficient in wisdom? And you can just write it at the bottom under your stats after as well.
You
I'm
have
not,
my
so...
wisdom.
But,
Yes, let's do
so
it.
13.
13, okay. And Trav, what's yours?
What am I looking at? Sorry.
Are you yours
Oh,
is probably
passive.
only 11 or
Oh,
10.
passive wisdom perception. Sorry.
Yeah, 11. Okay.
I'm 14.
So Erie and
13.
Knack. Oh, you're 13 as well? And Pippin. You shall all see illuminated against the dark sky. You'll see like a huge mass curled around this like central church like curled around the steeple, its tail like curled around the bottom, and you can see it's like slowly breathing, and you can only imagine that this is the body of the dragon. Yeah.
How far off?
It's about the center of town. You I can't say distance, but it's probably only like a 15-minute walk to get to the center of town. Yeah, it's not. It's not a huge town, but it's bigger and a lot nicer. You can tell the houses. Some of them look a little maybe like damaged. Not like nothing's like shattered, other than the clock tower that you can see as well. And you can see like water dripping out of the clock tower.
I'm assuming
as
the
well.
dragon could probably see 6 people going.
Actually, no. You don't see the dragon's head. You can see that it's. You can see its tail and like out a little bit of its like back haunches out of the hole in the clock tower, of the bell tower. Sorry. But and its tail wrapped around the building, but the rest of its body looks like it's actually inside of the hole.
But like
So-
the height where it's at, it could probably see everything, kind of thing.
If it was.
If its head was
If it
out,
was
yes.
looking? Okay.
Yeah. Pippin, you would recognize, just because of your arcane knowledge and that you rolled already for the dragon, you recognize that you're guessing it's an adult dragon or a young going on adult. It's not like an elder dragon. It's not going to be like destroying you guys powerful. It's not like.
I take my flute out and I just go. Dun, dun, dun. Really softly though.
Yeah.
As we're walking towards like the entrance of the city, can I just look around to see if there is any particular damage that I think might be like acid
Yeah.
damage from the dragon itself?
Yeah, you can roll and you can choose investigation or perception.
My rolls are pretty today. So I will do perception, and that is 7.
With 7, you do not notice any damages that you would associate with acid. You would be familiar enough to recognize acid damage if you saw it, but you don't notice any right away.
Okay.
Can I see his claws?
You can see, no, you cannot, because they're inside the building. It's like sitting, it's like crouched inside the building right now.
Mr. Knack,
Yeah.
do you have any insight on this particular situation? I know you're rather wise.
On a dragon? No.
Now, what would be your plan? How can we deal with this?
Oh, well.
Strategy, sir.
I mean, what if we just
Perhaps.
took down the building?
I do have quite a bit
Reasonable.
of oil.
Yeah, it would fall down and just.
Blow it up.
Are dragons, do we know? Is it susceptible to fire?
Well, according to my knowledge, black dragons probably have some sort of resistances to acid and poison, perhaps. But I think probably not fire. That would be some sort of red dragon, probably.
I'll have you know I'm very stealthy. What
I-
if you were to create one of your experiments,
Oh,
and I were to sneak up to the tower and put it underneath, and then
Do you
it
mention?
falls to the ground and the dragon's trapped inside?
I am very excited for that.
You mentioned that you can make potions as well too. What about adding a sleeping potion to that as well too? Is that possible?
Well, I don't know, and I'm going to pull out a small little book and start flipping through it. I don't know if I have the materials for a sleeping potion.
You need a pretty big. You need a big dose for that.
It is quite large. If I did make a sleeping potion, it would have to be inserted as a suppository to function properly. But
Got it.
I got my hand on my nose.
So are you guys just like standing out in the open right now? Like
we're on the road.
you guys are like fairly close to like the outskirts of Billowworth at this point. Like it's
We're
like the
walking-
buildings
Yeah.
are.
We're walking slowly and whispering.
Are you guys trying to be stealthy? Are you guys trying to?
I mean, is there any way to do
I would
stealthy?
say at this point we have not said we're being
Yeah.
stealthy.
Yeah,
so
I'm
we're
going
not.
to pull an oil flask out of my bag, and it's kind of this like glass flask that's wrapped with twine. Eerie. These oil flasks are very flammable. If you had some means of lighting a fire, I do have quite a lot of them. Maybe we could maybe burn down the building or something. I don't really have explosives.
Do you think it would be enough to actually kill the dragon?
But
No.
Because we might just get
Guys.
really angry.
what if this is the building with all their turnips? What if we destroy all
It's a
their
bell
food?
tower, so I don't know that they
It
would.
could be a turnip
pull
storage
their-
tower.
It's
too.
over church.
Yeah.
Though, are you opposed to us burning down a church?
Well,
I
a
mean,
little bit.
Yes, me
Yeah.
as well.
It's not to your god.
is it to my
But still.
god?
It is to a god that's worshipped from where you're from, but not the
But
one.
not my god.
Not the one that you worship.
Oh,
No.
burn it down.
Um,
Have we confirmed that everybody is out of this building?
No.
They
no,
said
no.
that
They
there's
said
no
that-
living people left in the city.
Yeah.
But can we really trust Glory on that?
How about Eerie? I do know you're
Hmm.
quite stealthy. How about you just
Yes, run
scout
along.
ahead, assess the situation, get a good look, make a nice report, come back to us, tell us what
Yeah.
you've seen, and then we can make a decision.
I agree.
We can
So
hide
you can
behind
make
that
I would
Yes.
shed.
like to dart kind of from building to building's doorway, making my way closer to the
Okay.
stealthily.
Blue veins.
So you can roll.
Follow.
Can we just walk behind a
You want me
building or
to?
something?
Yeah.
What do you want me to
she's-
roll
Just
for?
hide.
Like
Roll stealth.
not with, but behind. You know.
Just because she's a woman doesn't mean she isn't capable.
I also
We've seen her fight before.
It's nothing about capability and the fact that
Uh,
I sent one person
15.
to investigate it.
I also follow behind her,
Alright, then.
very far away,
Probably.
but just like making sure that everything's okay with her.
Like a secondary one. Okay, you can roll
Yeah,
stealth.
I don't have to. I'm not gonna like. Gonna try
You
not
ruin
to.
my stealth
I'm gonna
again,
try
I
not
swear
to
God.
mess up, and make a ton of noise, but
Yeah, you better
I
not.
just want to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
What's your stealth? 6?
No, I rolled, but I have 6 for stealthy, so I have 15, and that's not
That's
6.
a
That's a
9.
9.
Yeah.
19.
19. Okay.
What am I
plus
doing for
stealth?
Easier than mine.
22.
22. Okay, so you guys are both very good. You don't actually
I'm
even
just like
notice
under back.
Blue.
I'm just gonna be like.
You don't
"Where did
notice
Blue
Loman
Vein
behind
go?"
you, but you are going through the town. As you get closer, you notice that the church itself. You get up like pretty close to it. You know, so the dragon is the tail is like not really moving that much. Roll an insight check, both of you.
10.
16.
Okay, Lonan, you kind of like infer from the way it's breathing and the way it's moving is that it's probably asleep right now. It looks very non-threatening. You can tell that like the look of the church now that you're closer. It's very smooth brick. It's not very rough.
It's not easily climbable.
It's
is
not
what you're
easily
saying.
climbable, but you can see that as you like scout around, you see that there's like some debris towards the
Is
back.
she-
This is where the hole
Sorry, is
is.
she seeing all this, or am I seeing all this?
You're both seeing all of this.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you saw the dragon stuff.
Sure.
You as you're
So I saw
scouting,
the
you're
dragon
seeing the
stuff,
rest.
okay.
And as you go around the front, you notice that the doors are slightly ajar to the front of the building. Like the large double doors.
Does it look like it's easily collapsible? Like, is it just gonna fall over, or is
The
it?
building
really,
does
really
look.
good?
It looks pretty structurally
Okay.
sound. Still, it doesn't look like the dragon like ripped a huge hole in the bell tower itself into like it looks like maybe a room because it looks like it's sitting somewhere, right? But otherwise, you think that it doesn't look like it will collapse.
I quickly look over at Eerie and I go,
I'm gonna go, where did you come from?
"Were you talking?" Oh, okay. I was gonna like. I'm just gonna like. I'm just gonna like mimic that it's sleepy. I'm just like,
So are you guys gonna head back, or are you guys gonna?
Meanwhile, and that's how you make an Elkahest,
Wait.
by dissolving its basic functions.
Interesting.
Do you guys know where Blue Vein went?
He,
Blue
Who?
Yes,
he went to
that's
follow
enough.
The-
Eerie.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't even know.
Roll a
Okay.
second stealth.
So, what's the plan if everything is okay over there? Blow it down, burn it down, kill the dragon, take its head. Bring it to the king.
Depends
You do
on.
snap a twig.
I mean,
not 20.
we have to kill it. That's
Mhm.
obvious.
He's on your
Yeah.
back.
The best way to do that. Not really sure.
I think we should just charge it at this point.
So
Yeah.
midway through this conversation, you will hear like a stumbling and it's like some snapping of twigs, and you'll see Eerie come into view, and then Lona like
Are you
slowly
alright?
like slithers around like the wall.
So,
Well,
how was it?
the building itself doesn't look like it would come down very easily, and it doesn't look like we can climb it.
As well, the dragon seems to be sleeping rather peacefully.
So no suppository needed.
Also believe that I don't think, as Erin mentioned, blowing up the building is going to be feasible at this
If
point.
we even had explosives.
We might need to actually just go and try and hit it.
Yeah.
There's a
So-
door open around the front, and I imagine there would be stairs leading up, and I feel like that might be our best approach. Unless anyone would like to take their shot from another building as an archer. But either way, we would have to get close to attack this thing. Because once it goes into the sky, it'll have the advantage.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think if we go in the building, it will draw its attention to stay in there, and then we have more likelihood of actually killing it.
Getting a hit. Mm-hmm. I
Sounds
agree.
good to me.
So is that our idea then? We're going to stealth in, try to see if we can get close.
To be
Okay.
honest,
At least
I'm not.
get like one sneak attack. in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
While
how.
it's sleeping.
Unless I can get up and close to its nose, I'm not sure how effective my fists will be on this dragon. So I don't know if we want to decide who's going in first.
I have an idea. How much rope does everybody have?
Quite a lot.
I have 50 feet of silk.
I have quite a lot as well too.
Yes, I agree.
Just curious.
I have even happen.
Is it possible that we can potentially? I don't know how big the building is exactly, but if we
You
could.
looked at it.
Sorry, I don't know how we didn't measure.
Well,
it.
what do you want? What kind of measurement? What kind of like
do
thought
you
do you
wanna
want?
try
Like,
out?
what are you
I'm thinking
thinking
of-
of
I'm
doing?
thinking-
I
Yeah,
can
sure.
convert units for you, Ruben. I'm
I'm
very
trying-
intelligent.
I'm trying to. What I'm thinking is that we can
You in character.
tie the. Okay, you weren't in character 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, well,
Were you? Oh, I sound like exactly like you always do. I believe that if there's a possibility, we can go and tie the dragon up and attach it to the building so it cannot fly away. I feel that this might be a great idea to, especially if it's nice and sturdy. If it's going to fly away, it might fly away with the building attached.
But
if possible, I
a
guess.
dragon would probably be strong enough to separate itself from
If
the-
it's home, in my opinion, the building seems pretty structural.
I mean,
you know.
it's sleeping right now. Why don't we just cut the wings off?
Yeah.
Like a chicken.
I think we should
Easy.
just try and kill it. But if you want to try tying it up so that it can't get away, that's
But if it wakes up while you're doing
while we're
it,
trying to tie it. Then
That is the only
we've
problem.
lost the sneak attack
Yeah.
to potentially get.
So the sun is like, you guys have been talking for like 20 minutes probably
Mhm.
now, and the sun is starting to dip, and you know you're running out of daylight.
How much gold do I need to create a massive net to cover the church?
How much is a okay? Well, I can check how much a normal net is worth.
and how much time would it take you to make it?
It would take an hour,
Yeah.
An hour?
Oh yes, you're quite.
and you can have like
Yeah.
a weighted like
yeah,
stuff
I
with
would have
it.
it like pinned to the ground.
Okay, 1 second. That's it. I like the idea. 1 second. Let me check how much a net is.
Ingenious.
Yes, indubitably.
A normal size net is only 1 gold piece, but the issue is that like the size of the net to be like, and like what material do you want to make it out of, right? Like what, like describe the net to me. Like how big do you want it to be? Like what do you
Would it be
think?
a rope net that's big enough to cover the dragon?
Okay.
Cover the whole tower.
With like,
or just
it has to have metal included. How are you including metal?
Yeah, so there's gonna be spikes on the ends that are driven into the ground to.
Okay. If it's made out of rope, then yeah, you can make a rope net with metal spikes, like railroad spike types,
Yeah.
big enough to
Yeah.
cover the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, with 100. I would say probably like 90 gold pieces.
All right, everybody, give me your gold.
You guys would be aware of
I'm
this
sorry,
ability by
Are
now.
you taking my gold and going to a shop and purchasing this, or
No. But you're aware of the.
You would have been aware of this ability that he has because you would have used it before.
As
with
you
guys.
know.
Well, number one, where would you be putting these spikes? Number one.
really? You just toss gold and it's just like.
Pretty much.
She has magical divine crafting abilities. Similar to me, though less humorous.
Oh, and while we're at it, Lona, let me see your bow, please.
Okay, I guess we've been. How long?
I would also like to see your bow. Please.
Okay.
Well,
So,
take my sword.
You guys are
too.
taking an hour, so you guys can take a short rest, in which you will be doing your channel divinity
Yeah.
on 90 gold pieces
Yeah.
Wait.
or other metals that you have on you
Yeah.
in order to make a large net. It's quite large. It's very hefty, so it's going to be a little awkward to like hold just because it's so large,
Are we
right?
gonna be shoving these spikes into like rock and building?
Yeah.
You guys can be strong enough to try it.
So
They're also
you would like to see my bow, and as you sort of too, may I ask what you looked in doing? What you want to do with it?
You already know what I'm doing with it.
yeah, he's going to be enchanting it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, tell him in character.
Rob said he already knows. He's already in business.
Well, do roleplay.
Yeah, that's what we're practicing.
I will call upon Velona's name to aid you in her upcoming flight in combat.
Interesting.
Yes.
Here you go.
Okay. And so I take it. And
As well, how much gold do you think you're going to need from each of us?
He already did it.
Oh, we're
Oh,
gonna okay.
already grabbed my gold, I see.
It's gone.
Yeah, yeah, you just stole it.
I didn't mark it off because this is like just.
Lola, Erie, are you guys? No, you don't have it right.
Should we, like, for the rest of the
I'm just gonna
practice?
be like
do you think?
practicing my quarterstaff
Okay.
spins.
Do you think we should
for
try
that
to avoid
hour.
like and I go over and instead of doing that, we just go. I go over there and do it, kind of thing.
What do you mean?
You just said the same thing twice, but
What are you
Oh,
asking?
sorry.
instead of saying I go over,
Instead of
say I
saying
go over.
instead of saying okay, I'm going to go over there, just say I go over and I approach the area. Because I think I don't know, might be something to think about.
We could do, but just for I guess this take two. We got about 15 minutes left, so if
Sure.
we are gonna get
Shit,
if
yeah.
we are gonna get into combat to try it, maybe we can just like
Yeah, I didn't notice the time.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
yeah
So you guys,
yeah.
Attack the dragon!
yeah, you guys will enter the building, and it'll be very calm. You'll notice there's some switches on the ground that you managed to avoid in the temple itself. You notice a large statue of a god that you would recognize as Svilot with 4 arms and like a halo of swords. But you managed to sneak by it without anything happening, and you guys climb the stairs. And you guys enter a room that you imagine the dragon would be in, but you actually don't see a dragon in here. And instead you see like a large hole in this part of the wall. And in the center you see 3 small dragons, and one that appears to be chanting over a red, like crystalline feather on the and this is like a pool of water that's like soaking, and you notice it dripping down as you were climbing the steeple, chanting and like over this. And you can imagine, you guys can assume that is casting some sort of illusionary magic that has caused this like dragon form to appear.
So there's
Yeah.
3 small little dragons
Yeah, they're about the size of you guys.
that are
Cool.
creating a giant illusion black dragon.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wish this was part of the actual campaign.
It's been 1, 2, and 3.
I'm picturing in my head the scene from Finding Nemo where the fish are chanting and they're going, ah, why?
Something like
And
that.
then the one starts going, ah!
So you guys would have climbed the stairs.
Camera. There we go.
Yeah.
And I'll just put you guys around here. So this is like a shallow pool of water, nothing much. You guys can walk through it. And the one dragon will be, damn, people have found us. I thought the dragon would be enough. Brothers, you deal with them. I'll keep the feathers safe. And this one will grab the feather and fly up.
Where, out of the
There is a ladder, and you can see the ladders, and it flies up to where you assume the actual bell
So
is.
there's like a huge tower.
Yeah, and so you guys are like in a room
I'm
this
gonna
I
size.
dash right towards it.
Stop,
I
you
tried-
Okay, so everybody can roll initiative then right now.
Ooh, doggy, look at that roll.
Oh, not good.
Oh.
Nice. Wow.
Ooh! I have no plus to that.
I didn't know if you
Oh,
had
God.
initiative.
Dexterity.
Oh, I forgot to fill out for your 2 dexterity bonus. Sorry.
7. So okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So you have a high dex, because you're monk.
Done.
Me too, Lex. Me too.
Me 3.
Hungry for battle?
I forgot that on that camera we can actually make it so it shows light better. I forgot to put that.
Yeah. Wait, one
Is
second.
the aperture?
And I would zoom in, like, I would like zoom it in a little bit so you guys can see everything better because it's a smaller map. Right? So it'd be like, dun, dun, dun.
Prepare to die.
I'll just do initiative while you're ready.
Okay, so, 25 to 20.
We ain't that cool.
20 to 15.
19.
19 on,
What?
so,
so she can keep going.
Rorik
Yeah, she's
is
just lifting
19.
my foot.
Okay.
So,
No one is between 19, 20 and 15 under the 19. 15 to 10.
11.
12.
11 and 12.
Oh my god, you guys feel so bad.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, look at those. Look at that order.
so what did you roll? 11?
Like,
Oh, she's beautiful. Me. I was talking about me.
10 to not 10 to 5.
Me.
6.
7.
Oh no, I got 8 actually.
Okay, so
Oh,
so 9 goes to Mac. What did you roll?
7.
7 goes to you, and you rolled an 8.
Yeah, so I go first. Poor Travi. Where did the enemies go?
Look at
What do you
you.
mean? Oh, so it's gonna be Rourke, then Willowa, then Eerie, and then Dragon 2, and then
Sorry, say that again?
Dragon 2. So it goes Rourke, Willowa, Eerie, Dragon 2,
Oh
and then Mac.
No,
after
under.
me. After me.
Yeah. And then Mac. And then, yeah, Pippin, Lonan, and then Dragon 3.
no. Dragon
What about-
1
Is
flew
not-
off.
yeah.
And Dragon 1 flew off,
In
yes.
combat
Yeah. Okay, so you can take your turn first. They're sitting in the middle of the water on this little island currently with a pedestal on it.
I'm gonna grab my two swords and I'm going to wield them out, and I'm
Okay.
going to attack and run at them like this. I'm
Okay.
just gonna run, splash through the water, and then
10,
I'm going
15, 20.
attack unidentified dragon number 3.
Okay.
And I swing my long sword. That's a 13.
A 13 does not hit.
In anger, I swing around and I swing with my second sword.
Okay.
That is a 23.
A 23 does hit, not crit.
No.
Okay, so the dragon is going to dodge out of its way, and like this sword is going to glance off its talons. The second one is going to slice it right across the chest. So you can roll your damage.
Gotta get my d6.
You can use more money.
Ooh, so that is
I'll
that
do
is
combat music.
a 6.
A 6? Ooh, nice. Okay.
And then wait, so I don't add ability to the second
No,
one,
so it's just a flat roll.
just a 5 roll.
Just a flat roll.
So 6.
Okay. So next up is going to be Woola.
So I am going to stand kind of still on the outskirts of the room.
Okay, this is your way
And
here.
I'm going to like make a cool hand gesture and wave my arms around, and my skin is going to start glowing. All of my markings are going to
Okay.
start glowing, and I'm going to shoot a bolt of energy out.
Okay, which one? This
Um,
is 2, this is 3.
I will do it at 2.
2? Okay.
And oh my gosh, my rolls are so
Yeah.
bad today. That is definitely not going to hit anybody.
What's
It's only a 9.
Yeah, no, and a 9 misses. So the bolt of chaotic energy that you blast at this person, at this dragon, the dragon blasts away with his wings and it hits the ceiling with like a crumble of dust.
So sad.
Okay, next up is Eerie.
I'm going to grab my quarterstaff and do like a cartwheel,
Okay.
and then on my coming up, I'm going to try and slam it down on top of number 3's
I
head.
love it. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and cartwheel slam.
Slam!
So you can roll to hit.
Ooh.
17
17 hits.
plus, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, 17 without your modifier.
Yeah,
That hits.
exactly.
That for sure hits.
And then what am I rolling for damage?
D6.
Is 1d6 plus 4.
Ooh,
Ooh, 9.
Ooh, 9, okay. So it whacks it and it hits right across his face and it becomes bloodied and you can see it spit out a glob of like dark, steaming dragon blood onto the ground. Yep. Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, and I have as my second bonus action, I'm going
Do
to.
your blows.
3 of those. So you can do 2 offhand attacks.
Yes.
Are you gonna do the? Are you gonna use your key point, or are you just gonna punch it?
I'm just gonna punch it once.
Oh, okay, okay. So
I
just
think
one
Marino's
punch
there
then.
beside you because he can help you.
Yeah,
Because he knows
because
how monks work.
I know. I
He
can
played
help.
a shadow monk for like a year.
Oh,
Played, I still do.
Plus the same amount for your thing.
Yeah.
So that hits.
He fell off the boat.
And then I'm doing this.
D4 it should be. D6 is until like level
That's
5.
a, yeah, pyramid.
Nice.
Oh,
8.
gosh.
8 damage, wow. So you punch it right, like where do you want to punch
I want to
it?
punch it in the stomach.
So it punches right in the stomach, and it's like this like skeletal, thin kind of body. It looks like it's almost like a little like anemic like dragon thing because it's very young. You can tell that this thing is like it's not old, it's not mature.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
And it grows over and it's like, fuck you.
Maybe.
And as it says that, it's the brother shall turn to you, Eerie, and with a deep breath, shoot a line
Oh no, I forgot it
of
goes
acid. It's gonna like turn. It's gonna step over and like shoot a line of acid at you.
Oh no.
So you have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Does it have
Good
splash
at-
damage?
Oh, natural.
That's like you like twirl your staff real fast and it disperses the acid in like a flurry
You just, like,
around you, landing in the water and like
Yeah, I shoot it like this.
yeah.
It actually bounces off and hits the other.
Nice.
dragon.
Okay. So then with that, it's gonna be
This is the
next
only
turn.
time the entire campaign I'm gonna have good rolls.
We're gonna actually play, and you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
his face is like a skull.
Nak will take his shield and plant it in the ground in front of him, and then I'm going to take my hammer, which has got my holy symbol like welded into the side,
Yep.
and I'm going to start bashing it off of the front of my shield,
Okay.
and my shield will start glowing, and then with one final strike, that's going to shine really bright, and a bolt is going to fly out of it and go for number 3.
Number 3, okay.
Number 3, yeah.
You do have clear enough line of sight.
So I'm casting Guiding Bolt.
Okay, so you're making a ranged tackle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I have to sneeze.
Guiding Bolts.
Is the water difficult terrain?
No. It's very shallow.
Okay.
6 like levels.
Yeah.
That is 13 plus 5 or 6.
Someone's gonna be like 911.
What's
If we see their dog in the mouth.
What?
No, they're gonna love you.
It's going to be your proficiency bonus plus your modifier.
Okay, so that's 19. then.
19 hits.
Yes. Okay, so that will be 4d6 radiant damage. So 6, 12, 15, 17 damage.
How do you want to kill it?
Jeez.
Oh, dang.
Calm
That's
down.
some
This
crazy
is
shit,
OP.
dude.
I think the bolt will strike it, but it won't leave any visible damage. It'll almost be like absorbed right away, and then it'll do that classic kind of light breaking through. So like the eyes will start shining really bright, and then like the fingernails, and it'll open its mouth to scream, and it'll just be bright light, and
Yeah.
it'll just go like,
It'll explode.
Sweet.
But it won't explode like normal,
No,
like you
not-
would expect it to.
Yeah.
It would actually like glow and then like puff up like a balloon and then fade into like a putty
yeah,
onto the
very
ground.
much that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
yeah.
It's like oozing across your guys'
Yeah.
feet.
Some nice
Nicely
shit.
done.
Yeah. Next up is gonna be Pippin.
I am right here.
Hey.
Can I make it to
Wait.
Lonan?
5, 10, 15. No.
Nick, what did you do?
This is
for-
as far as you can make.
I have to be. I have to be
Oh, you
next
have
to
a
him
plus
to give
one,
him a
but
help
it'll make it
action, don't
anyways.
I?
What?
I have to be next to them to help action, don't I?
Oh yeah, Trav.
Mm-hmm.
I made your bow +1, so you have +1 to hit.
Okay.
Damage, yeah.
Both
Sure.
of you can do that?
I actually
Um,
don't have any. We don't. I don't get anything for arcane archer.
You don't get it yet. You
I
don't- yeah.
3.
Yep.
So basically,
Same with me.
there's not really anything to look at. Right
Hey, no
No.
texting. I'm just kidding. I'm going to run through the water.
No, where to?
I'm gonna move like 10 feet closer, and then I'm going to take out a little bottle of potion out of my bag and another bottle, and I'm gonna mix them together. And then I'm gonna shake it. I'm gonna toss it, and it's gonna break on the ground in front of the dragon, and I'm gonna cast grease.
Okay.
So a grease covers the ground within a 10-foot square centered on the point within range. That turns into difficult terrain for the duration. When the grease appears, each creature standing in the area must succeed on a dexterity saving
How big
throw.
is the area?
Yeah,
of
is
yours?
it gonna be
Cube.
tiny?
Cube.
Okay.
I'm putting it so it's not on.
It's not. Area's not also staying in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the most cost dice I've ever seen.
Okay, so you fall prone. Oh,
Do you have to roll for yours, or is it automatic?
he has to do a saving throw.
Oh, I'm sorry.
22.
Okay, you pass.
Okay.
So, otherwise you fall prone.
So it doesn't fall prone. He's like slipping. But he
So
manages
yeah,
to
when it
grab his own
appears and
body.
a creature that ends the area or ends, or, that enters the area or ends its turn there has to do a saving throw as well.
Okay. So he's good. And then now it is Lonan.
Loaded.
Can
Lonan.
I draw it?
Lonan the Barbarian.
Not disagree.
Just so.
Like this area right here.
Yeah. Thank you.
You see, yeah. Okay.
Lonan, you're up.
Lonan, you're up.
Okay. So as I stand there, you guys start to. I don't know how you want, if you want to have any effect on that, or if when I transform in the future or whatever. But you guys are just going to see like me basically just like hunch over, and then I as I like transform, you're just gonna hear like my voice just like echo out, and I'm just like, enough of this, and I'm just going to dash towards number 2.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
number.
Yeah, number 2.
Yeah, number 2 is the only one in there, I believe.
Number 3 died.
Yeah, number 2, and I'm going to lash towards with my rapier, and try to hit him.
Okay.
Okay.
With your
Natural
dice.
one.
Natural.
Not one, really. No, that.
You do this, Christmas.
Critical failure. And you actually
Break your
notice
brain.
that when you're so close and you're like dash towards, but you notice that one foot steps into the grease. You're gonna fall backwards.
Okay. I
and
do
fall
have a
down.
bonus action to try to just bite him, using just like an.
You can use half your movement to stand up and try to bite him again if you'd like.
Sure.
He doesn't have to be standing to bite him.
No, you can bite him from the ground if you'd like.
But it's like,
No, there's a lot of things. I'm gonna stand up anyways. It's
Oh,
fine. And I will go for his neck.
Okay, so roll to attack, and that's going to be using your strength modifier.
Yeah.
Plus strength, plus efficiency.
Yeah, so 9 plus, what's your strength modifier?
Alright. I rolled a 7. Sorry, wait, what are my strengths? My strength is actually really low. Actually, no, +1, so it's actually 7, so it's still the same. And so 9, yeah.
9? No, that misses. So you go to bite it, but it's like armored hide is much too thick, and it kind of just glances off.
Okay.
The dragon is dead.
Do you guys
Dragon
have to
Tuesday.
get ready
What?
to go now?
Do you want to give it?
23.
Yeah, 43.
Do you guys want to give a few minutes so that everybody can kind of listen before they leave? Or?
Yeah, no, we can just stop here.
Say-
The end of combat is this dragon's gonna fuck you up, and but not all of you. Some of you might fall, some of you might die, but you end up killing it. As you climb up the bell tower, the last dragon is waiting for whoever's left of the party, and it's like, "You will never defeat me. I am the great and powerful illusionist." And then he'll like let out a blast of rainbow energy. And that's the last thing you remember, Eerie, before you sit up in bed
Oh.
in the small town of
Fuck you.
Kobakan.
Tell me.
And you remember,
Hold on.
you're traveling through. You're like, oh yes, I was traveling through Cadareth.
How do you spell Kobokin?
Yeah, Cobakin.
Then we ended up in Jamaica.
And I'm like, is it a dream?
Yeah, and all but the faces you remember are different, and you realize that you weren't yourself in that dream. But all you have this distinct memory that like the person that you were definitely died.
Did we reset the game?
Interesting.
And you can remember the name Billowworth.
Okay.
And you remember the name Kree, which is what the dragon said. The Great Illusionist Kree.
Cool. So it was.
And so you wake up in Kobakan, and you start out your day walking down the road in early spring
So wait, did we all use
towards the town of Kern. And that is where we will end with our session 0, and that's where we're going to start our session 1.
Sorry.
Thank you, Robert.
Don't worry.
Good job.
Yeah. So the names of everybody else